We are back again with the Girls of a Certain Age podcast. I'm Amber.
I'm Ashley.
And yeah, we are here to...
We are girls of a certain age.
Yeah.
Woo!
Living it up.
No, the clapping, like, you know when you say that, it's like, woo!
Yeah.
Behind.
The sound effect.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so for today's episode, we are going to be doing Sneaking Out Stories. So another stories episode. We already did work stories, and that's the only stories one that we've done.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited. Do you have anything that's happened to you recently?
My boyfriend's sick.
Again?
Yeah.
Or has he ever stopped being sick?
I don't think he has stopped being sick. I think he's been sick since, we moved in. It just sometimes it's worse and sometimes it's not.
That sucks.
It's been a pain in my ass.
I bet.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Nothing's really happened to me much. I just work.
Yeah.
I've been working like a dog.
Yeah.
But I will tell you that I have been having a lot of mental breakdowns lately.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know what to do about it because all I want to do is cry. And then I just sit there and cry for an hour and then people stare at me because why are you crying in public, you weird bitch?
I'm sure you're not. They'd be like, oh, what's wrong? That's why I like crying.
No one asks me what's wrong. They just look at me and walk away.
Really?
Like, this fucking weirdo.
Car, the safety spot.
Yeah. I try not to cry in public, but I just get frustrated in my own head, and so I just cry. It's my go-to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else happen to you? Anything going on?
No. Besides work.
Yeah, I feel you. Why is that what our life consists of? It's just working all the
I
time.
have no idea. But I really need some hobbies.
I do too. I've tried painting. I've tried getting clay and making clay stuff. And it's cool in the moment, but then what kills me about painting is you have to figure out something to do with your painting when you're done with it.
Or figure out what to paint.
Well, what to paint isn't hard for me.
That is hard for me.
I look up on Pinterest and find things I just look up simple paintings or simple drawings, and then I just do that.
I just think you gotta plant an idea in your head, and then you have to go off that idea, and you have to go. For example, what that painting I have in my house, where it's water and then the sun, or it's a moon actually, but that literally came off the top of my head. But it was probably because I seen it in some movie, because I watch movies it's, going out of style.
You watch movies?
Yes.
Or shows?
Both. Oh my gosh. When I'm relaxing, I'm probably watching a movie, because that is my number one hobby that I do.
I can't sit down long enough to watch a movie.
Sometimes my ADHD does get in the way, and then I want to be on my phone or whatever. But sometimes I'll pause it, because if there has been the shows that I have been watching lately, I've been really into, and so when I want to be on my phone, I have to pause it really quick, because I'm well, I want to know what happens, or I might just end up going back and rewatching it. But ever since Stephen got that double thing, where it's Max, Disney Plus, and Hulu, I have a long list, and I'm just right now at this point, I'm going everywhere, because if they have The Big Bang Theory, and I used to.
Yes, that's a good show.
I know. That was the best show to watch when I was high.
Really?
Yes, I loved that show. It always got me. And I've never seen it all the way through, but I knew.
That reminds me of a story.
We'll talk about the story up in here when we talk about, what our podcast is about today. But, yeah.
So, that reminds me of a story. So, when I was in high school still, I think.
Yeah.
I was working at the restaurant in Harrogate, and I made a friend there, and I can't even remember her name. Actually, it just came to me. But anyway, so I was friends with this girl, And she asked me if I would come and over to her house and like have a sleepover, and we were gonna smoke and stuff.
Yeah.
So I go over there. We smoke her weed, whatever, and then we sit down. Where she like immediately was ready to go to bed after, which was crazy because I don't really lay down. I don't like to like sleep when I'm high.
Yeah.
Like if I get high, I want to chill.
Yeah.
And like do stuff. I don't want to like immediately go to sleep. So, but that's what she wanted to do. But anyway, she turned the TV on for me, and that is where I was introduced to the show Big Mouth. The very first time I watched it was at her house, and I was obsessed with that show ever since then. I've seen it like 100 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good old days.
Yeah.
Yeah. But The Big Bang Theory is good. I also like Family Guy.
Yeah. I've seen that way too many times. Way too many.
See, I keep punching my mic. Michael likes South Park. I do not.
I like, well, some of it's
Futurama's
but-
okay.
Yeah, that's what Steven watches.
Futurama's okay.
Yeah.
South Park is
I've seen that so many times because of him.
South Park is fine. It's like it's an okay show. It is kind of funny,
Yeah.
but it's too much.
Have you seen the Centipede thing?
No,
It's like apple something.
no. They
You'll have to
do
look
a
it
lot
up.
of racist jokes.
They do. It is a lot nasty. It's nasty.
Yeah. No, but you know what show? Michael does like this show. I despise this show.
What?
Robot Chicken.
Ugh.
Have you ever seen Robot Chicken?
Yes, I have.
Oh, why?
It was like the times when you'd be watching Cartoon Network and it's like a little late and then all of a sudden it switches over and then it pops up and you're just like too lazy to change the TV. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
Yeah. That's what those are the days. Like as a kid, watching all of those things as a kid.
Oh, that was traumatizing. Cause that show's gory. Like they do like kill people and like, it's too
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Have you ever seen Smiling Friends?
It sounds familiar.
You have to. If you have not seen it, it is funny. It's like it's funny, and
Is it the show
It's-
with those little animals where they have like different candies or different? I'm about to look at it because I swear.
it's like they work at the place that they work is like to
Oh yes. This was the episode I watched too,
yeah yeah.
and that was a messed up
No,
show.
my favorite episode is like the Halloween special that they had, and the boss gets married, and he gets married to like Satan's daughter, and it's fucking funny. It's funny as hell. And she's like,
No,
because there was a part in it where like they're getting married and they're at like the wedding or whatever, and she's walking down and she looks fine from the back, and then she turns around and she's ugly.
Oh
It is-
my god.
It's so funny. And
I've
the-
seen the one I was thinking of was Happy Tree Friends. You know what I'm talking about?
Tree Friends.
Yeah, let me look it up so you can see. Now this show is also fucked.
Yes. Yes.
It's bad. They like die and stuff.
really.
Yeah. See, look, this guy's got his eye popping out. Who
It's like-
watches that stuff?
What is it like? What is that game that you play on your phone? 1,000 Ways to Die. Or something?
Dumb Ways to Die.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
That is
1,000 Ways to Die is a show.
yeah. That's a bad show.
hate that
I
show.
do too.
I can't watch
There
it
was
because they
like a-
actually like act out how they die and stuff.
There's one because the dad used to watch it. So like
Yes,
there's
I
one,
know.
where they were fighting and then she sunk in sand. That I remember that. Like I'll never forget that.
I remember where there was one where they were fighting and I think it was a guy. He fell into. It was like in a food truck they were fighting. He fell into like the fryer with the grease in it, the hot grease, burnt all his face off.
No.
Oh gosh! And I remember one where this girl was lighting a cigarette, and she like leaned over too much and had too much hairspray in her hair, and the lot lit her hair all on fire. And she passed away.
Yeah, you would think people would know better, but I guess it's like they don't think about it.
Yeah. Well, it's all accidents.
I wonder if there's any because of like the bleach and
Ammonia.
yeah.
Yeah. That's like immediate.
And
I'm
that,
sure.
like, the warning is, like, on the label.
Why are we talking about death?
I don't know.
That.
Like, there was something that I got or whatever. Like, I think it was the hair dye that I got or whatever. It was something. And it said, like, do not mix. No, it was my detergent. I'm pretty sure it's a detergent. And it was like, no. Sorry. Actually, I think I was looking up how to get stains out of something, and Google told me to use amina. Like it said that it would get it out, but and it said not to mix it with bleach.
Yeah, no, because that's like immediate.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say this because I might be wrong, but I think it's something about mustard gas. It like creates mustard gas.
Yeah.
I think. Don't quote me because I might be wrong.
Well, I remember like watching Ghost Whisperers, and her like you've seen Ghost Whisperers.
Yeah.
There was like an episode where she's like cleaning the bathroom or whatever, and then like the ghost or whatever like locks her in there when she, like and pours like it on the ground, and she's like dying, and then they like save her.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that episode.
Yeah.
That is a good show though.
It is a good show. It is fantastic. Did you know that they had a season 5?
No, I didn't know how many seasons.
Like after she has the kid.
I didn't know she had a kid.
Yeah, she does. Oh, did you know that her husband died?
No, I know that.
It was like
Her best friend died in the beginning, and then her
Yeah.
husband ends up dying.
That's sad.
But they end up like his spirit goes into the other guy that she knows.
No, it goes into a complete stranger, and she has to like make him remember everything. Yeah,
I'll have to watch it
Yeah.
because I don't recall.
but there is a season 5, and it is not on Hulu, which sucks. But I think I've seen season 5 before with Mom, because me and Mom used to watch it. Like that would be the show that.
Oh, she loved that show. Yeah, Mom liked
That would be the show that we would always like watch together. So.
That and Good Luck Charlie.
Good Luck Charlie.
I used to watch that with Mom. She
Really?
liked that show too.
There's a lot of shows actually, because Mom has introduced. Like there's sometimes she just watch a movie with me. I'd go in her room and we just watch a movie.
You know who introduced me to that show?
What?
Ghost Whisperer?
What? Who?
Heather.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I didn't know that she watched that stuff. I know. There's a bunch of shows that she watched, like Jane the Virgin and Pretty Little Liars, and she told us we couldn't watch it because of her lying. But I did watch
Heather?
that show. Yes.
First of all, I don't want to watch Jane the Virgin, so you can keep that to yourself.
Yeah.
And what was the other one?
Pretty Little Liars? There was a.
I don't want to watch that either.
Well, the American Teenager.
Oh, Secret Life of the American Teenager?
Yeah.
That is... I almost said it's a good show, but it's kind of cringy. Because it's like... It's weird. Because at one point the sister tries to fuck the baby daddy, and I'm like, girl, you need to calm down.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know, but that stresses me out.
You think they know better? Like, I mean, I know it's a show, but I'm serious.
Like, why do you gotta put extra shit like that in there? She's already a knocked up teenager. Like, that's what the show's about. Why you gotta add all this extra, like, it's weird. Not that anything's wrong with, like, being a teen mom. Like, I have friends that are teen moms.
Yeah.
So, whatever, but, it's just
I guess
weird.
the drama, like, everybody, like,
It's cringy. And then the part, like, the basic plot of it
yeah,
is a girl goes to band camp, gets pregnant at band camp by some random dude that goes to her school.
yeah,
Comes home, finds out she's pregnant. Starts immediately dating another guy.
yeah.
Okay. That's the plot for a while. And then, like, halfway through the show, it, like, flip-flops. And then the pregnant girl's boyfriend starts fucking the girl that is dating the baby daddy. And then he gets her pregnant. So now she has
Does
a
he
baby
really?
by the boyfriend, and then she ends up getting with her, like the pregnant mom, teenage mom, gets with her baby daddy that was her baby daddy in the first place. So it's like, why'd you have to do all of this fucking weirdo go around?
I didn't know it was like
Yeah, he got Adrian pregnant.
Does she keep it?
No, she... Trigger warning for miscarriage. She ends up losing it. Yeah.
Did they end up together?
No. They were together until she lost the baby. And then he broke up with her. Refused to be with their dude. And it made me sick to watch.
Of the miscarriage?
No, because once she lost the baby, he realized he wanted to be with Amy, which is the main character. So he left her high and dry, literally right after she went through all of that trauma. Just left her and tried to get back with Amy. But Amy's living with her baby daddy at this point, Ricky. So I'm like, it just went downhill too fast. I stopped watching it. I never finished
The
it.
only thing I like is like the actors and actresses. That's it.
Oh yeah, Shailene Woody.
Yeah.
Ooh, she's so good.
And I'm pretty sure the mom plays in The Breakfast Club.
She also plays in
She plays in
Sweet 16. It's not 16.
Oh.
No, it's 16 Candles.
Yeah.
Yeah, 16 Candles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because 16 Wishes is Debbie Ryan.
Yeah. You know another person. That girl that plays in Beetlejuice.
No, because I've never seen Beetlejuice.
Not the new one, but the. She also plays in Edward Scissorhands.
Never seen that either.
I don't know what her name is, but I love her. I just like old movies. I do. I mean, like not like westerns or like the old like black and white. But I'm talking about like maybe like 80s, 90s
that
movies.
One movie, Little Monster.
Yes. Oh, that's the. Yeah, I do remember
Nostalgia.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember that movie Warm Bodies?
Yes, that's a good
movie.
Yeah.
No. Have you seen that movie where I can't remember the name of it, but basically it's like a sea monster and the woman falls in love with it and they like.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I don't know what it's called, but that's so good.
Where she like has sex with him in the
Yeah.
tub.
Yeah.
And she's all happy and she goes to work and they're like,
Yes.
why are you smiling?
Because they're like, I know you got a boyfriend, but they don't know that it's a sea monster.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god. That is a good movie though.
That is a good movie.
Yeah.
I don't know what that movie is called.
I don't either. I'll have to look it up because I need to see if it's on Netflix or Hulu, whichever.
Yeah.
Oh, the Barbie movie is on Hulu.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming.
The Barbie movie?
Yeah, I want to see Inside Out 2.
It's good. It made me cry.
Aw. I've seen the first one. I want to see the second
The
one.
end is like... Because it's so relatable.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. But, I think that's it.
Yeah?
On movie topics.
Yeah. How was your week? Let's just talk about movies.
Yeah.
That's okay. So do you want to get started on the stories?
Yes.
Okay. So like I already said, we're doing sneaking out stories, which I don't really have many. I've only snuck out like once.
Yeah.
I think twice. Maybe. I don't know. I'll tell my stories, but
I have 3. I've only stuck out 3 times.
I think I might have 2.
Yeah.
Okay. But I don't know. We'll see.
You
Because
want me to-
technically one of them isn't really sneaking out, but kind of. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
Well, first I'm going to do this one because it's not as,
So this is
boring.
our personal sneaking out stories.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so basically like going to the boat dock. There's
Mhm.
one time that I snuck out, which I feel like all the times that I've snuck out, like nobody was home. Besides like, well, no, never mind.
Can't relate.
I think this one nobody was home, and so I went to the boat dock. And I think like the only thing, because we had like a boat dock, like right near our house, like down the street, and the only thing I remember out of that was like the cows, because of like there was a cow that was like behind a fence or whatever, and he stared. He like followed you. It's like he knew. But I think all I did was I went down there and I sat and like maybe stuck my feet in the water.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And I think that was it really. But that cow man, he was like I was like over here and he was like,
You think he was snitching?
no, but he was staring hardcore. And he like his eyes followed, so he would walk and then he'd be like, yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Okay. Let me see what I have. Okay, so one of my sneaking out stories is basically the same. So where we live like down the street from a boat dock, like you just said. And there was one night, but see, Mom was home. I think Mom was home, and then you were home. And it was in high school. And I just wanted to get out of the house. Like, it was late at night. I just wanted to go for a walk. So I just walked out the front door because I knew Mom was asleep. And I walked all the way down to the boat dock, which is pretty a ways away. Like, that's a walk. See, the way I took was all the way down the road. Like, I walked on the side of the highway. And, like, you know where they, like, put the boats into the water? Yeah. That's where I went, yeah. And I took off my shoes and my clothes and jumped in the lake, like, 3 times. And then
3 times?
Yeah, got out and walked back.
You didn't even swim.
Not really. I just was chilling in the water. I just sat there, kind of. But nobody caught me. But, see, I have crippling anxiety.
Yeah.
I have been diagnosed. And, like, the whole time I was walking, I was, like, freaking out that every car that passed me was Mom.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, oh, my God, that's her. Oh, my God, that's her. And it never was. I never got caught for that. Okay, your turn.
Okay. These are, the last 2 that I have are, shamey, shame. Okay, so, there was like, near our house or whatever, because we kind of like, we lived like in its own little town area. Like, it was like its own little town inside of a town. So, like, down the street or whatever, there was like a bunch of houses. Like, you remember the bus route that it would take? It would go down and then go through that.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a lot of druggies down there. So, my friend, it was me and my friend, and I'll tell you, we did this more than one time. So I stuck out a lot of times, but just did the same thing. So, we go down to this old guy's house that lived down there, because he sold weed. And so we would go down there and we'd smoke with him. And like,
For free?
For free. He'd give us but that's the thing. Okay, so we would smoke with him or whatever, but he would have to like grab our asses or like,
oh my God,
touch us by like when we left. It was always like we would have to give him a hug.
Is it the same one that I went to?
Did you go to his house?
He's like always loud, and he had that like gate and then a dog in the yard.
Yes. Yeah. He comes into like my work all the time, and I'm just.
I bet he's like, "What's up, girl?"
No. He stares at me.
He does. Do you think he recognizes you?
Because I was.
Did you leave on bad terms?
No, I was just hard to forget.
Of course you are. You're you.
No, because I had anxiety every time I would smoke, and so I'd just stand there. And it would pass around, and I would skip so many damn times because I'm like, I am fucking high.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is so hilarious.
There was, like, he would turn on the TV, and this is the Big Bang Theory thing, because he would watch Big Bang, like, he would play it, and I would just stare at the TV.
With your mouth open?
Yeah. Like, I was so intrigued. And there were sometimes that he would make us watching, like, those dancing videos of, like, girls twerking.
That's what I was going to say. When I was there, he put on, like, twerking videos and was watching people dance.
How old were you?
I was in high school.
You were in high school?
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure you were with me.
I don't think so.
It was me, you, and Emily. And he showed us his, like, it was, like, a whole, I can't remember what they're called right now, but it was like a stem, and it was like huge, and it was just a big thing of weed, just one
Yeah.
Like Nug. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how young you were.
I was a junior in high school, I believe.
Still, that's young. You're still a minor, and this guy is just groping you and
Freaking
basically
cool.
taking advantage of you. Like, hey, you want some free weed? Come on down, as long as I can grab your ass. That's fucking creepy.
Yeah, but it's like when you're young or whatever, you don't really understand.
I know, I get that.
Because if it's like,
Because, I mean, who's going to turn down free weed? You know,
yeah,
especially
especially at that
teenagers.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, that's, you're a victim.
Yeah, let's just say that I had a rough 2 years without you after you graduated high school.
Yeah, I think I made a mistake doing that.
I think my
too.
senior year probably is when everything, like, finally flattened out. But, like, once you get to be a senior in high school, you're just done.
Yeah.
And you just do whatever to get you by.
Yeah. No,
So.
I get it. Trust me, yeah. Senior year sucked.
Yeah.
I had senioritis really bad. I didn't want to be at school at all. I never showed up.
Really. I mean, I always left early.
Really?
Yeah, because of Haley would always leave early. And so we would always leave early together. Because we'd get the nurse to write us notes.
Every day?
Yeah, almost every day. Or I'd get mom to write a note and I'd bring it to school and I'd leave early. But I could drive then.
Not me.
I couldn't drive my junior year.
I just didn't come.
It took me forever to get my license. But mom also stopped caring after, we got our license.
Speaking of that, I was thinking about this the other day. Did you ever skip class?
No.
I used to skip class all the time.
I was always scared to get in trouble at school.
I was too, but you know what I don't understand? We would literally skip class to do nothing but sit in the bathroom the whole time.
I know.
And that class is like a good almost an hour, if not an hour.
Yeah.
And you're just sitting in the bathroom. You don't have service in that building.
No.
So you can't get on your phone. All you can do is sit on the toilet and vape. If you have your vape. Oh, but I remember one time I was in the bathroom and I got caught with my vape by the principal.
Yeah.
Not like the main one, but it was the blonde one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she walked in on me, saw the smoke, didn't see the vape, but she saw like the smoke. And she was like, "Do you have a vape?" And I was like, "No." And she was like, "Are you lying to me?" And I was like, "No." And she was like, "Well, I really trust you, Amber. Like, I like you a lot, and I believe you." And she let me walk out. I had a
Really?
vape, yeah. But then I got karma because at some point when in my junior year, I did get caught with a vape, and I did get in trouble, and I had to pay a fine.
You had to pay a
Fuck
fine?
yes. I had to go to court and everything. Mom had to go with me because I wasn't 18. Yeah, I was 17.
Really?
Yep. I was 17. I was about to turn 18. Like, I was like a couple months away from turning 18.
Yeah.
By the time I turned 18, they moved it to 21.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
That
pissed.
fucking, yeah, that fucking sucks.
Yes. Because I used to have to go, I had a friend that worked at a gas station, and I would have to wait until he worked there so I could go buy cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember, like at your old job, there was a lady that you worked with that would sell cigarettes. Loved her. They don't do it anymore. I've tried. Like, have you ever tried, like, with your ID without being the age?
No.
I've tried.
See, I've never really had an issue with it. Nobody's really turned me down. Even when I lived in Chattanooga, I used to go to the gas station. I was like 18, 19, and I would go to the gas station, the specific one next to my house, and they would sell me alcohol, they would sell me cigarettes, they sell me vapes, they sold me everything.
Really?
Didn't even ask for my ID just because they thought I was hot. And they told me that straight up.
Really?
Yeah, there was 2 dudes that worked there. They thought I was hot, and they told me all the time how pretty I was. And they didn't even ID me, not once.
Wow.
But when my friend, my roommate, when she would go in and try to do it, they would ID her and they wouldn't let her. And they knew that we lived together because we would go in together sometimes. As long as I was there, we could get it. But if she tried, they didn't let her.
That's funny.
Pretty privilege.
Now, I don't know. I feel like I look young for like my age, and so people. But there's a couple times that I did try, but I warned them. I was like, I'm not of age, and they were like, then why do you ask? I'm like, oop. But I also, you used men to get some things too.
Well, I like older guys anyway. Like, I always have dated guys who were older than me.
Yeah.
So I never really had an issue. Like, especially after I graduated high school.
Yeah.
Or, like, even kind of like my senior year. Because
Yeah.
I was with that one guy, he was 30, and I was 17.
Yeah.
And I was with another guy who was 22, and I was 16.
Yeah.
And then I was with that one guy that would take us out on dates all the time.
Yes.
And he was like 21, 22, and I was 18, 17, 18.
Yeah.
And then Michael, when I met him, I was 18 and he was 27.
Which, heck, I mean, I dated Brandon. But anyway, I mean, like, I dated, like, the guy that I dated when I was a junior, so Austin or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
like, I would get stuff off of him. And then...
Was he old enough?
No.
Did his parents let him?
Yeah.
That's where you get lucky.
But, and then also Brandon, because he was, like, 30. And then you.
Oh, yeah.
And Stephen never would, because he doesn't even like the fact that I do smoke. Never would. Now, he's bought me alcohol, but he's never bought me, and he never will.
Well, see, you're about to be old enough.
I got 3 months, so it don't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, it's just like to get me by.
And I know you, and I know that you're responsible with your stuff. Like, I know that you don't drive, you don't do anything you're not supposed to do. You always stay in one place, and really, you don't even drink for real.
No.
I could buy you like an 8 case, and you still probably wouldn't finish.
You'd get
probably
it back.
Have 2. Yeah.
You'd get it back. Yeah.
Like you're not a very big drinker.
Because
It's the nicotine.
that's my biggest problem.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, I have insecurities, guys, and it helps. Like, the one big thing is like, I'll tell you what now, if I did not have nicotine, I would never eat. And if I did, I would panic because of, I struggle with my weight, and I always have struggled with my weight. And when I eat something, I immediately need that nicotine afterward. And
No, I'm the same way. Or especially when I wake up in the morning, I immediately do it.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I don't know. What would you do when you smoke cigarettes? Just like
Same thing.
you smoke as soon as you wake up,
Yep.
and then get ready, and then smoke again when you're leaving.
Mhm.
Really?
Yeah, I was bad. When I was still smoking cigarettes, I was to the point that I was smoking a pack a day.
Really?
Yeah, and I was only like 17,
Damn.
18, 17, 18. I started smoking cigarettes when I was 12 years old.
No, I'd rather smoke cigarettes because of okay, so cigarettes give you black lung, vapes give you popcorn lung. I'd rather have my lungs look completely black than be blown up and yellow. To be honest. Plus tobacco.
It's like tar, ain't it?
I don't know. But I mean, imagine, like, do you want like basically like tobacco, which is natural, which just comes from the ground, be in your lungs, or would you rather have metal, which
You're not wrong. Like, I would probably rather have like tobacco in my lungs than I would have vape in my lungs. But I would rather vape than smoke cigarettes because it's more convenient.
It's so more convenient. I know, and that's where it gets you. But if it wasn't for the fact that nobody knows that I smoke, or like,
which I'm shook that you kept it for that long, because I was caught immediately.
nobody knows. Like, my mom doesn't know, sis doesn't know, and then
Maybe I'm just not good at it. Now,
people at
drinking,
work-
I started drinking when I was like 13.
Really?
Yeah. That was the first time I ever had my beer, like a first beer. And I never got caught drinking alcohol. And I've had it in my room, I've had it at Emily's, I've had it, and I never got caught drinking. But I have gotten caught smoking. I never got caught smoking weed either.
I got caught
which I was shook that I never got caught.
I got caught smoking once because if I was I don't know where mom was, but I used to sneak downstairs and like roll Richard's cigarettes.
Oh, I did the same thing! I did that too.
And I would go down where like the mower is or whatever, and I would smoke. And mom smelt it on me one time, And she thought I like took a butt and I started smoking it. That was the only time that I ever got caught. But it's just, and I didn't get in trouble.
She probably wouldn't even say anything to you now.
Now.
Because she probably expects you to, since I do.
I'm 20.
Yeah, you're grown.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do.
Yeah.
You've been an adult now for 3 years.
Yeah, but I know that if I like told Dawn or whatever, she'd be so disappointed.
Doesn't she smoke?
Yeah, she does.
Then she has no room to talk. I'm sorry.
I don't want to be disappointed because when she's disappointed in you, that shit
It hurts.
So I just keep it a secret and just, la la la, on my naughty way. Just let people think I'm innocent. That's also another reason why I want to quit my job. Because I just want to be myself, and I feel like I can't be myself, like, around, like, my family and around, like, my job. And I've moved out now, so I have no reason to really not be myself, because I can do whatever I want on my own time. And it's crazy, which I'm not really supposed to be smoking in my apartment, but I would have never smoked cigarettes.
We're allowed to.
I do vape in my apartment.
They told us that they would rather us do it in our apartment.
Why? Than outside?
Yeah.
Why?
Like weed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why don't you do it in your apartment?
Because I don't like it.
Probably because of like the smell and stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. We're not allowed, but honestly, I don't think they would say anything because you have to think like. I guess like my problem is I feel like I'm always being watched. Like.
No, I do too. I don't like that. It gives me anxiety to smoke outside because we live next to a sheriff.
Yeah. But can he say anything if he's not on the job?
I don't know. But I have crippling anxiety. So I literally will be outside smoking. I'm like, I'm good. I do this all the time. And then I'll start thinking, I'm like, oh, he can probably smell this. Like, he's literally my neighbor, literally next to us.
Yeah.
Like, we share a wall. Like, I'm sure he can smell it.
Yeah.
And then I get anxious when I come back in that he's going to knock on my door. Yeah, it's, like, crazy. But I used to, when I first moved in, I would go sit in my damn car and smoke in my car.
Do you not do that anymore?
Mm-mm.
Why not?
Because I fucking hate doing that.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't like smoking in my car. I don't at all.
Yeah.
I don't like cigarettes in my car. I don't like weed in my car. I don't like anything in my car. That's A. Because it stinks, and I don't want to be driving around and get pulled over and then them smell it in there and think I have it and then want to search my car.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like that.
That's a
I
whole
don't
nother
ever
mess.
drive with it in my car unless, obviously, I go get it. But other than that, I do not drive with it in my car. I don't take it to work with me. I don't take it anywhere. So I just don't like it. I would rather just be alone and like leave me to do my business and mind your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just me though.
Yeah. Are you gonna tell your?
Yeah, I'll tell my other one. I only have one more. So I will. This is my last story, and this one's a doozy.
Doozy.
Okay, and technically, I don't know if this is sneaking out, but kind of. You know this story. Okay, so a long time ago, when I was in high school, it was definitely high school, but I don't remember what grade. This is such a bad memory. There was one night I went to bed, and I just felt that urge, like, I need a cigarette. And at the time, sorry, my nose itches. At the time, I was smoking cigarettes, but I wasn't old enough to buy my own, so I would, like, save all the butts that I had and smoke the butts.
Mm-hmm.
So I got some, and I broke my window so that I could sneak out of it and go smoke a cigarette outside.
Yeah.
So I did. I broke the window, got out. As soon as I got out of my window, here comes Mom walking outside. And I literally froze and just stared at her, and she didn't see me. So she turns around and goes back in, and I go back in through the window. Or no, I didn't go in yet. I ran to the side, and you know that little like alleyway in between the building and the house? I was hiding in between that alleyway until I seen her go back in. And then got out of the alleyway, went back into the room, and like got in there. Well, then I realized that the window was broken because I didn't realize I had broken it yet. But then I did realize it was broken, and I'm trying to fix it. I'm literally going back in and out of the window trying to fix it. And when I go back out of the window for the second time, here goes Mom outside, and she saw me outside of my window.
Yeah.
And she was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, my window broke. I didn't know what to say. Dude, I was such an idiot. This whole experience was really my fault. And she was like, "What the heck are you doing?" Like, it was a mess. And then I go back in, and then my dumb ass decides I still need a cigarette, especially after getting caught out the window. So I go into the bathroom in the laundry room where Richard goes to smoke his cigarettes. And I go in there, and I light up, and I smoke a cigarette in the bathroom. Then when I'm done, I step out of the bathroom, and there's Mom in the laundry room doing laundry. And she smelled every bit of that cigarette. Then I go back in my room, and then she goes in there after me. And she took my phone. I was grounded for like months. Yeah. And she almost drug tested me because she thought I was smoking weed. She thought I was sneaking out to smoke weed with my ex-boyfriend, which is...
Really?
The one that starts with a G.
Yeah.
Yeah, she thought I was sneaking out to go smoke weed with him. And I was like, "Girl, no, I was sneaking out just so I could step out here and smoke me a cigarette. That's all I wanted."
Yeah.
But yeah.
You want to hear mine?
Yeah.
This one's a doozy. This one's the worst one. Okay. So, my neighbor, she was my friend, had a friend, and I went over to his house or whatever, and I was smoking, and this was like the day before that I ended up sneaking out, but it adds to the story. And I was high, and I ended up having sex with this dude, okay? And so the next day, me and this dude that I had sex with planned to hang out the next day and have sex all day.
What the fuck?
Yes. I was a junior in high school. So, okay, so the next day he picks me up in his car, and Mom's not home. And I told Mom that I was going to stay at Brooke's house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, because I was supposed to stay there, I'm pretty sure all night. Like, I was almost stuck there. But I wasn't. Thank God. But anyway, so anyway, and I don't even think that I really even did it. I don't think we had sex at all. I think we just, like, smoked. And then my friend, she, like, came over there, and I was like, because it was also raining.
Mm-hmm.
It was pouring the rain. Okay, so she ended up showing up, and so I just went home with her, and I went to her house and I stayed the night there, and I got in trouble because Mom thought I was smoking weed when I literally I snuck out of the house to have sex, and I got in trouble because Mom thought I was smoking weed, which I was, and she made me take a drug test, and I failed it, but you know.
Wait a minute. So, how'd you get in trouble?
Because she thought that I was sneaking out of the house to smoke weed. Like
Did she catch you sneaking out?
No. But she caught me in a lie. And it was like I was so deep in a lie, I just could not clean it up.
Yeah, that's the problem with lying.
Yeah. Because if I was supposed to go to Brooke's house, and then I told her that we ended up not going there, we ended up going to Emily's. So I ended up spending the night at Emily's. And when I came home the next day, like, I got in trouble. And that was, like, the time. Like, it was so fucking bad. Like, I did that shit, and I didn't even get in trouble for what I actually did.
Which you got in trouble for something that you was irrelevant.
Yeah, which was irrelevant. And, like, what I did was way fucking worse. And she punished me by taking my phone away and, like, everything that I could go on the internet from. Besides, I did use one of my old phones, because I used to keep those in my drawers.
Does she know?
I don't think so, no.
Dude, you're a bad bitch, dude. Fuck off.
It was so fucking bad that I almost, like, got myself sent off. I was like, fuck this shit. Because if Mom would...
She did send...
She wouldn't fucking budge at
that
all.
story that I told,
Yeah.
with me sneaking out the window and all that shit, I did get sent off.
Really?
Yeah, that was the same night that all of that stuff happened, and I ended up going to the hospital,
Really?
and then I got sent off. I was sent off for 2 weeks.
That was fucked up because that was like the day before Valentine's Day, and like February is such a bad month because of like just shit falls apart in February. But I tried to get sent off and they would not let me because they said I wasn't like suicidal enough. But it was so fucking awful, and Mom made me write her letters back and forth, and that wasn't even doing shit because I guess it wasn't fucking good enough.
Write her letters.
Yes, like she made me like we wouldn't talk. She wouldn't talk to me, but she would write and then leave the paper, and then I would write her back and leave the paper, and she would like it. She wouldn't even
Why?
budge.
She was mad at you enough that she didn't want to talk to you?
Yes.
That's fucking messed up.
Yes, and she made me write to her, and she didn't even fucking read it, or she did and she didn't care. It was fucking awful. That was the worst time, and you were in Chattanooga, but it was we eventually end up getting in a fight. And that video or whatever where like yes. And she called the cops on me fucking twice.
We also fought that night.
Yeah. She fucking called the cops on me too.
Yeah.
That was fucking Mom has called the cops on me twice. Because there was one time that I was trying to like run away or whatever, but I couldn't. Like I couldn't. Just because I wanted fucking lotion. Really. I caught myself and like I had to stay home. But anyway. But Desperate Times calls. I'm needy, okay? I gotta have my lotion, and if I would have never went back to get my lotion, then I wouldn't have had to stay home that day. But anyway,
what a trauma dump! I'm telling you, like sneaking out stories taking a turn, y'all.
Yeah. Let's just say that was bad. I don't even know what like got into me or whatever, because I'm just not that kind of person.
It's okay. We all make mistakes.
Yeah.
We all make bad decisions, and in the moment we think it's not really that big of a deal.
The best thing for us.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because of when, I mean, there's not much you could do when you can't do anything. Like, you don't have, like, a car or anything, and the person that basically is taking care of you won't even talk to you or give you, like, a look.
Yeah, and
So-
she, like, we don't have a dad.
Yeah.
Like, that's our only person we can go to.
Yeah.
And it does suck when she gets upset and kind of blocks out the fact that we need her
'Cause then
over
when-
the fact that she's mad about something.
Because then all you have is Richard, and he ain't going to do nothing for us.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah.
It
That
really
was
just,
it.
I think that's what made me start feeling like you really have nobody to lean on but yourself.
Yeah.
And me. And you.
Yeah. That really...
Anyway, that was a trauma dump. But it's okay. Now you can get to know us a little bit.
Yeah!
Okay, so we both, that was all of the sneaking out stories from our personal lives that we have, but we did both go on Reddit and get some other people's sneaking out stories, so we're going to read a couple of those. So I'll go first. I'm going to pick... This is from Planet Kendra. Okay. Me and my brother used to sneak out our bedroom window. Back in the mid-'80s, everyone in our neighborhood had the same cable box accessible by remotes programmed alike. We would take our remote and change people's TV stations through the window and watch them go crazy, trying to stop the channels from changing. Laughing hysterically while hiding under a hedge. Thems were the days. Okay.
This is from Diamondus James. Am I butchering that name?
Damien's T. James.
Damien's T. James. Midnight driving lessons. My older sister and I were more like best friends than the traditional brother-sister dynamic. She recognized that I not only wanted to drive, but my mother was absolutely unwilling to help. My sister and I had both learned Morse code from our dad at early ages. He was ex-military and a bit paranoid, so we could talk to one another about things we didn't want Mom to know by tapping on our wall. She offered to take me driving that night, but I'd need to get dressed and go out my window. I did, then we left. She drove me to a mall parking lot in the area that was effectively dead. It was while located in a population center, falling way out of use, so the lot was pretty much permanently empty. She let me drive her brand new 1996 Nissan 2000 SX. Teal in color, if anyone's curious.
Ooh, actually, sounds beautiful.
And she instructed me. I wouldn't get my license for another 20 years, but that's another story. It was a blast, sneaking out with my sister to perform car tricks at 1 a.m.
Aww. Was that it?
Yeah, that's it.
That is so cute. I like that story. That is cute. Okay, this one's kind of long. I also don't have the name. It's blocked off where I screenshotted it. Okay. My friend lived in a super rural, small country town, and I come to spend the summer with her and at her grandparents' house. We were both about 13 at the time. We are now both 22. I thought it would be a good idea to sneak out and walk around the town, maybe stop by the park. As we were walking down this one road, about 30 minutes after we left the house, we noticed somebody following us, wearing all black with a hoodie. We both got pretty creeped out and quickly rounded a corner before hiding in the dark of some bushes. After the guy passed us and we waited about another 30 minutes, we decided we should probably head back to her house, so we ran there. Once we got back inside, we couldn't really go to sleep, so we did an all-nighter. The next morning, we see on the news that a woman was stabbed, assaulted, and killed on the exact road we had been on that night, and we couldn't help but wonder if the attacker was the man who had been following us. Safe to say, we didn't sneak out again after that. Edited to specify the gender of the victim, just for clarification, that the one murdered was not the man following us. Extra details. We believe the man was following us because of multiple factors. One, it was 3 a.m. and he was the only other person we saw out in the area. Super rare to see someone else that late in a small town. Two, he was wearing full black, joggers and a hoodie with his hood up. It was pretty warm out since it was summer, so it just seemed odd. 3, every time we would stop and look back at him, he would act like he was looking for something. But when we'd start walking again, he would do the same. It just seemed suspicious, and we got a bad feeling, so we hid. Also, we did not tell the police because we were scared. We also didn't have much info to give them, other than the fact he was male and was wearing all black.
What the heck?
We didn't think we would be any help. If I was an adult at the time, I for sure would have reported something, but I was just a child.
I wonder what you look up to get these stories.
I just put
yeah, but look,
sneaking out stories.
Look at mine and look at yours.
What do you mean?
Like, let me see. It's white.
Oh, it's because it's a screenshot.
Oh.
But I guess it's because my phone's not on night mode.
Oh. Okay. Are you? I can't believe that.
Yeah, isn't that scary?
Yeah. Like, I don't get nothing like that on here.
That just reminds me, though, if you ever see something or have a strange feeling, you need to trust that gut feeling and you report that shit.
Yeah.
Because that is horrifying.
Or, like, and also, like, do your best to get away from that situation.
Have you ever been followed?
Not that I know of. Sometimes you feel like it, like you're driving and then the car, like, He's behind you.
Oh, yeah. I hate that feeling.
But other than that, like, no. Have you ever been followed?
I can't remember if I have. I have been in a situation where I was afraid to report something because I thought I was going to get killed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, just people are scary and you don't know what's on their mind.
Yeah. Especially the world now these days.
Yeah. What time are we at?
Now we're in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Are you ready for mine?
Yeah. I think we should read probably one more piece. Okay.
Fazzy Wazzy.
Fazzy Wazzy.
Yes.
Okay.
Fazzy Wazzy.
Was a bear.
Okay. Mine has to be the first time I drove after getting my license. I wasn't yet on the insurance, so my father didn't want me to drive yet. Didn't want me driving yet. But the same night I thought, fuck this. I'm going to have some fun. So I leave at about 1 in the morning, sneakily grab the keys to my father's Benz from his room, and exit the house. I drive over to my girlfriend's house and do that romantic pebbles and windows jazz.
Oh, yeah.
What I had forgotten was that she had a large German Shepherd Rottweiler mixed dog. Rottweiler. Rottweiler.
That's so funny.
Shepherd Rottweiler mixed dog. It started barking like a maniac from inside the house, and her stepdad came out to inspect. Being a genius, I jumped the fence, splashed right into the neighbor's pool. But luckily for me, he didn't come looking. Not the greatest way to start the night, but it could have been worse. I called my girlfriend and convinced her to climb out the window and hang out. This was before she told me she was deathly afraid of heights and froze up on her window sill. I spent the next half hour whispering sweet nothings in an attempt to get her to either come down or go back inside. She decided to jump and land square on my chest. Crack.
Oh.
Yep. That'll hurt in the morning.
Oh.
We drive off, have fun, and the night is winding down, and she wants to go home. What we had forgotten about was the fact that she needs to get back up to her window. After another 15 minutes of trying and failing, she says, fuck it, I'll go through the door. Her dog makes another commotion. Her stepdad comes down again and sees her at the door. He must have either been too sleep haze, but there's a Y at the end, hazy, or whatnot, and doesn't even question it. Gets a glass of water and leaves. I kiss her goodbye, drive back home, and put the keys exactly back and sleep for the rest of the Saturday. It was a good night. And it said, except for the fact that I had a hairline fracture on my collarbone.
Oh, ow. That sounds terrible.
Look at this picture of my cat.
Oh, he is so precious.
That was after he pooped in my car.
Bless his heart.
Did I tell you about that?
Yeah, him pooping in the car.
Yes. It was hard, but I don't know why. I was like, that must have been there. Like, you know when like it's there for like a long time?
Yeah.
And it gets hard? I'm like, how long has that been there? Because if he got in my car and I guess like he couldn't hold it anymore after being here and not using the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
So I just figured that, he pooped. But, I mean, because it stunk. It stunk all the way home.
Really?
Yes.
Did he poop like immediately in your car?
Yes. Immediately. As soon as he hit the ground, it was like, let me pop a squat.
Oh. Well, I didn't see him use our litter box, so.
But you
And I haven't found any.
Yeah. Because he's good at holding it, too.
Is he?
Yeah.
That's so sad. Bless his heart. I wouldn't have cared. I would have just cleaned it up because I understand that he had anxiety. And I didn't want him to, feel uncomfortable.
But he used to hold it all the time when he lived with mom. So she would lock him in my room. Or she would shut the door. She would like throw him in my room and shut the door because if he was getting on her nerves.
Well, I'm glad he doesn't have to live like that anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is my last story. Okay. From Posh Fiend. When I was 16, I went out with my boyfriend late at night. My mom and I had gotten into a huge argument about it before I left. I took off after getting ready and just told her I was leaving from outside her bedroom door. When I got back, she was asleep. I went inside and fell asleep as well. The next morning, she told me, "That was really immature of you to have ignored me last night." I was like, "What are you talking about?" She told me that she's seen me standing on my driveway. It's dark out where my mom lives and surrounded by fields. So it's hard to make you out anything, really. She said, "You know I can see you, but that I just walked away into the darkness." She said I was dressed in all black. That's when I let her know That's when I let her know I was wearing a red dress that night, nothing black. I had left 30 minutes before she saw this person on my driveway. Needless to say, I was spooked, as was she. I stopped being a brat and felt that happened for a reason. Because they had literally just gotten into an argument before she left the house.
Yeah.
And her mom seen somebody standing on the road. She thought it was her daughter. So she spoke to him or her, and they didn't respond and walked away.
What the heck?
Yeah, that's scary. I didn't realize I had scary ones.
Yeah. Power CTX. Okay, so my best friend lived with me because he got kicked out. We were 15 or 16, but we were bad kids. My parents were always neglectant. I'm going to say that's neglectant. And didn't care what I did as long as I didn't disturb them. One night we were smoking weed and took some Xanax.
Yeah.
And decided to go to his parents' house and steal a bunch of liquor, which we did. I remember walking back, pockets full of bottles of booze, and a full bag also while drinking them, then throwing the empty bottles up in the air over my shoulders while walking home. I blacked out before getting home and woke up at my dad's house. Apparently we were so loud getting back, my mom threw us out, and we had to go live with my dad. I'd never had the best home life, and my parents were pretty bad, but my friend never experienced it, so living with my dad broke him mentally. When my dad tried putting me down or hurting my feelings, I'd say something like, "Shut up, old man. You had your time and failed. All that awaits you now is a sad death alone." I'd grown sick of his fucking shit over the years. So whenever he tried to hurt me, I learned all I could do was hurt him twice as bad. So eventually he stopped after he realized he couldn't take me in a fight anymore. And he couldn't hurt me with words. Either way, he tried he'd come out the loser. Either way, he'd come out the loser. But if he just let me be, then I would do the same to him. So we had a truce. My best friend hadn't developed these defenses over the years. So the poor guy didn't stand a chance against my father picking him apart.
What did I just listen to?
I don't know.
Was this a sneaking out story?
Yeah,
or
it was
my
on.
dad beats me?
It was on Sneaking Out. I have this one. It's a small one.
You want to read it?
Yeah, I'll go ahead. Not me, but my boyfriend. Oh, I gotta read who it's by. Holy Hutch 92. Not me, but my boyfriend had stayed the night and slept in, so when he walked out the front past my parents' window, they were awake and getting ready. He decided to walk through the bushes rather than plain sight. And as he was jumping the fence, his pants got caught and completely ripped off. I'm not kidding.
my God.
Yeah, and that's it. That's the last one that I had. I had like 4.
That is crazy. All right. That is it for our sneaking out stories. If you want to give us a follow on Instagram, you can find us at Girls of a Certain Age. On TikTok at Girls of a Certain Age. We have YouTube and Spotify and Apple Podcasts, Girls of a Certain Age. And if you want to email us and send us really anything, you can send us your sneaking out stories just to talk to us, give us any new episode topic ideas. You can let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Leave us a like and a comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I already said it, but it's at Girls of a Certain Age. And hit the little bell to receive notifications. And yeah, thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with us today. And bye. Bye.